Exactly. Fusion has to be diverse and inclusive. Here to react is Daniel Turner, the founder and executive director of the Power the Future. So, Daniel, hear this breakthrough technology. Everyone should be happy about it. And all of a sudden, we're back to equity and inclusion again.
Yeah, this is the word vomit that this Biden administration we've become accustomed to from the Biden administration when it comes to these liberal talking points. And quite frankly, when it comes to diversity, equity, inclusion, and energy, I'm not going to be lectured by the Biden administration. Just the other day, they had their huge celebration for the so-called Marriage Act that passed through Congress. And yet, on the other hand, this administration is making huge outreaches to places like OPEC. What do they do to homosexuals in Saudi Arabia or in Iran, right? They're talking about inclusion. Places like Saudi Arabia, women can't vote, women can't drive, they can't go out in public. They talk about the threats to democracy, and the only place where we are expanding our drilling for oil is now in Venezuela. And how is their democracy? So it is mind-boggling to have this administration lecture us on diversity, equity, inclusion, where in the energy space, they make all of their deals with these rogue or communist regimes.
You also point out, too, that she's totally unqualified. She has no energy background. She's also got conflict of interest. She's worth close to $10 million. She's violated Stock Acts more than 9 times this year alone. She's never called out on this.
No, and this is really a troubling situation because members of Congress have been called out, and I know they've talked about legislation if Congress should reveal their stock purchases, but the administration has been immune from this. And quite frankly, with the hundreds of billions of dollars this administration is spending on the monthly basis, a lot of it in these so-called green investments, people like Jennifer Granholm are buying stock in these companies. 9 times in this last year, she failed to disclose hundreds of thousands of dollars of stock purchases. No, I'm not accusing her of anything, but if she has nothing to hide, why is she not abiding by these ethics rules? And so again, diversity, equity, inclusion is all this flowery language to mask the fact that they are failing in energy for the nation writ large, and a lot of them are enriching themselves in the process.
Yeah, just get qualified people to do the jobs that are most important for the country and stop with this. The other thing is, most people you talk to, they're not as worried about the gas pump, even though that comes up. They're worried about the utility bills. Energy costs are through the roof, and these people are totally detached from that. And you say 4 in 10 Americans are struggling financially because of inflation costs. 50% say they're cutting back on Christmas this season because of it. A lot has to do with things they have no control over in many cases, and that's energy. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Daniel Turner. Meanwhile,